can lead to the trait of irritability, which is sort of chronically having a low threshold. You can think of a trait in certain cases as altering the threshold for the elicitation of a state. So a trait of irritability would be a trait where you have a lowered threshold for the elicitation of anger, for example.
Yeah, I love that example because I know that many people will resonate with it because so much of what we see online nowadays is designed to capture our attention by engaging a negative affect, mild anger, frustration, or even outrage. There's other content online too, of course, and this podcast is online after all, and many other sources of what I consider benevolent educational information. But it is so true that, what we experience in one portion of our day impacts how we are in the rest of our day. And perhaps the simplest correlate for all of it, for me anyway, is sleep. If I sleep really well for 3 or 4 nights in a row, I wake up in a certain state that certainly makes my day go differently. And the inverse is also true if I don't sleep well. I feel like we have such great nomenclature and understanding of brain activity and how that impacts emotionality for sleep. We know that REM sleep-based dreams are very vivid. Slow-wave sleep-based dreams are less vivid, perhaps. We know the electrical activities associated with those different states of sleep. I'm aware of a lot less information about brain activities and clear definitions of waking states of mind. Do you mind if we talk about this for a little bit?
Sure.
It's been a few years since I've heard about, and I don't think we've ever really talked on this podcast about alpha waves, beta waves, theta waves. Maybe you could just educate us a bit on some of the waking brain states that we've all experienced, perhaps are in right now, but we just don't hear about that much anymore.
No. So yeah, we can talk about those oscillations of brain electrical activity, and there are broad suggestions for what kind of state they may reflect. And I'll go through that, but it's also important to recognize that you can be showing alpha activity in one part of the brain and beta activity in another part of the brain simultaneously.